Hi, I'm Daphne, instructor for the Supply Chain Analytics Professional Certificate with Georgia Tech and a senior data scientist for ORTEC. And I'm here with Alex Russo, who works in supply chain for a manufacturing company and recently completed actually the full program. So, Alex, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to congratulate you, of course, with earning that certificate. Great job.
Thank
Um,
you. I really appreciate it. Great course.
That's good to hear. Yeah. So when looking back at the full course, full program with the different courses, different topics like data pre-processing, visualization, going to machine learning, using statistics and optimization. Um,
Mhm.
how did that help you to provide a better understanding of data analytics in general and applying data analytics?
Yeah, so I think the first piece that it does is show you that analytics really kind of ranges on a continuum, right? So it's not just the machine learning and the optimization that we spoke about. It's also your KPI reporting. It's also your forecasting tools that you're using every day. So I think for me, it really showed that okay, analytics has multiple different levels. There's as you kind of go along the continuum. And I think the other piece too that kind of helps for me is I do a lot of analytics. I've always been kind of analytically minded, and it's an interest to me just from a decision-making process and also an automation process. So I kind of help to reinforce that a lot of the things that I was already doing were in fact kind of the right processes or the right things to do. And then also just showing me that there's other levels that I can go to, and how I can incorporate those into my organization, and then also even training other people, not just on, okay, here's how you use this software, here's how you use this system, build this program, but on changing the mindset too, of changing
Mhm.
the understanding the why behind why we're using analytics. It's not just to report on something, it's not just to look at something, it's to help us on making a decision.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. And what we see as well is that analytics and using your data is getting a lot of attention nowadays from organizations, but also different people very interested in to do more with that. But sometimes we also see that sometimes people get a little scared, right? With terms like
Yeah.
machine learning, AI, like who can I do that, or shall I do a program with having those type of topics? Is it too difficult or not? Just curious to your experience. Does this program help to overcome that barrier?
Yeah, absolutely it does. Kind of what I just alluded to. I think the biggest thing that it does is show you that it is on a continuum, right? So you've got multiple different levels to analytics, and I think it kind of helps break down the stigma too of even your basic KPI reporting. That's something that every business supply chain professional does, and we don't think of it as data analytics. You think of it as the metric that you're always kind of shooting for. So understanding that those KPIs are part of analytics, understanding that you can build more KPIs, knowing the why behind those KPIs. And that's just kind of your first continuum. So right there, in the first kind of layer of analytics, a lot of us are already doing those things. So just building from there, I think the core structures things in a way where you're building on that knowledge, and then you're also understanding that you don't have to be someone that's building, huge optimization models, figuring out how cargo ships are going,
Hmm.
into the port of Los Angeles, to be a data scientist or to be, an analytically minded person. So I think that really helps, and I think it also helps with the sense of showing that again, it's about the why. We're if you can just write code all day, that's great, but what does that code actually show you? So I think the course does a good job of taking here's the tools, here's the toolkit. How do you actually go and use it, and why are you using it?
Yeah.
I think the course does a good job of showing that.